Yes, Neverweakened, session 11. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all like the new setup? What's up?
It actually looks real sweet in the background.
Yeah, it does.
Boom.
You really need to not blur it. Like,
yeah, you don't need to blur it at all. Yeah.
Well, but I want to put spoilers back there, Easter eggs that'll be out of focus for you guys. So I'll even say there's one right now. You'll never guess. So.
There's a castle. I can see it.
Oh yeah, well there is a castle. That could be a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. But yeah, there's your girl. There's
Been to your house
Neverine.
and know what that castle is.
Yeah. So for everyone just tuning in on episode 11, I don't know how these work. Welcome to Neverweakened. Just kidding. I'll cut that out. All right. So you guys are. Let's say we have just finished a long rest. We'll start at that point. But having taken an awesome beating from a giant, it's your first encounter with a malevolent giant. Anyway, one who's not friendly toward you. And everyone survived, and it was great. That was fun. Didn't expect that. And made friends unexpectedly with an orc tribe. We are going to... They are... we need to retcon a tad. Not really. We'll just say I go into more detail about their appearance. These were very specific looking orcs. We're gonna call them the Icespire orcs. Dressed for high winter, like high altitude, and even if they didn't have it on them, they were like everything was near. Because I know you guys are not that high in the mountains or whatever. Okay, and they have the markings and accessories and jewelry. Not really jewelry. More like just. Decorative, anything that wasn't just standard, keep yourself warm. Attire they would have was very kind of Rocky Mountain-esque. So think like a hiker, or more like a guide, like a Nepalese,
like a Sherpa.
So. Yeah, yes, Sherpa. So things like that. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That was. Man, one word could have got all those words. Okay. So, indeed, let's retcon this a little bit. And culturally, this group of orcs that you guys kind of saved, not really, but, didn't kill, were dressed in Sherpa attire. And you let them go and let them live. And that is a thing.
And told them to gather in number.
Did, and there are more of those. We will get to them. These are the first orcs you've encountered, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Even though there's been a couple of misleads. Okay, well then there we go. There's another thing. If this was like a show, I would show like a little clip of something from session 1, but it's too much of a giveaway. So, okay, we open. Say what?
That's what you do in post,
right? I could just do that. Like I could start making it like that. Because I was just watching Star Trek and they show like clips from like episodes way back, like 6 episodes, 4 episodes, and it puts it all together. You're like, oh, okay. Cool. Long rested. Everyone feels much better, I think, after a valiant battle. Quite honestly, is like in disbelief, DM-wise, how well you guys did. It was really cool. It was very fun, and not short work, but you made work of them. So we are now. I think we said around. It's early afternoon, and everyone has rested, and I can actually.
I mean, if you consider in game time, we did make pretty short work.
True. Actually, yeah.
A lot happened over the course of an evening.
Right? Because...
Met some cultists, killed them. Met a giant, killed it. Met some orcs, befriended them.
Well, met a giant and army of
Oh yeah, and the ogre.
goblins and ogres and hobgoblins.
Yeah.
Killed most of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of formed an orc coalition, maybe, and then made it
their-
halfway to our next.
I am their unofficial leader. Yeah.
Yeah, Mando, unofficial shiny man.
Oh, whoops.
Not bad for an evening's work.
Learned how to catapult things.
And we have a hostage. Right? Do we still
Well, we
have
had
the
a
hostage?
hostage.
Did we kill him? I can't remember.
No, I don't
No,
think
he's
we
still
killed him.
alive
Yeah.
and with us.
We didn't resolve that. I guess he's with you.
That was
Okay.
one of the first things we were, I think, planning on doing this morning before we go to this place to get the treasure.
That's right.
Okay, this is, we'll say this is y'all's campsite. This was the road on, well, not a road, just a small path that leads to where you were told the Shrine of Savras is. So this is that path. So you would have, made camp maybe, does this work? Like around here, let's say. So you're yeah. Oh, cool. I'm doing it. So, Noel, yeah, we can change that. I just wanted to get like a Hero Forge version of that. But we can go back to the stock if you want, but it's whatever. I figured, took the base, didn't do too much, and then you had the Cloak of Protection. I figured you're in the north, so the interpretation of that would be...
Yeah.
It's like a very Terminator 2 looking.
Yeah.
That looks
Yeah.
cool.
He's just staring in your soul.
Yeah, just walking through flames. Yeah.
I need to update mine to have a rifle.
Mm.
I'm tempted to just order my actual figure from Hero Forge and have a Gryke character and just like have it sitting on camera.
Hell yeah. It'd be fun because like as you level up, Gryke's not gonna change much, right? Like
Not really. Yeah, not really.
Because like level 16 Gryke doesn't look too different from level 3.
Nope, it's just a lot angrier.
Just a bigger bag of HP.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Do I hit the same? Yeah. What's the difference? I can take a lot more hits.
I mean, considering at one point you were the size of a two-story building.
I know, it's gonna be great. We get more of those things. You know what? No, I'll override what Aaron's planning to make and be like, here, make a buffer for Gryke. I need you to be a sorcerer and take only spells that are gonna make me massive.
I mean, Boreanazil, if you were a player in your own game, I could.
I'm so tempted to have him pop in just occasionally, just be like, "Hey,
Enlarge.
what's up?" Oh God.
Oh, I've got plans. I think got wicked plans. Okay. I kind of want you guys to, because we never really address it. So I believe you have a wagon, and there's the chest of drawers, and there are the guys who aren't here. I think we won't count their magic weapons. I think we'll just make that rule of thumb. Whenever the player isn't here, that magic weapon can't be used. I mean, I think that's fair.
It's kind of one of those things of they're rested in the wagon, so all their stuff in them is just 86.
That's how we explain it in my Friday campaign. Is like, if they're not there or so, we just pretend that they're drunk in the back of the wagon.
Oh, I was wrong. We did talk to the air cultist.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, we did.
I think we've used him as much as we care for.
I think he was willing to, if he didn't already show you where the Feathergale Spire was.
I think you denoted it on our map where that is. Like we pulled out our map and he pointed it out.
Okay.
and he told us that an air genasi that looks identical to Tyrion is on a flyer named.
Well, you guys saw that. You were able to. It was that obvious that you perceived. We're like, holy shit! I mean, if and for storytelling purposes, Tyrion was with you and then it would be like kind of like, oh, like double take.
Waking up that morning, checking the poster. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold up. Okay. Not too good.
And I think he was pleading to be let go for information, but nobody ever actually confirmed that. So he's.
I think we ended the session with the Tyrion reveal.
Yeah, I think that's where we ended it.
Heresy.
Gryke addresses the group and looks around and says, well, we got what we needed out of him. Coin toss, we kill him. Heads, we kill him. Tails, we let him free.
Heads, we take his head. Tails, we take his tail.
Oh, Jesus.
There we go. All right.
No, look.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
No, looks confusingly at the back end of the guy looking for a tail.
His arms behind him. He's trying to inch over to it. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
All right, so 1 will be heads, 2 will be tails. It's /roll.
Did I tell you I was a good cook?
Ah!
Oh, tails.
Heart's beating out my bloody chest.
I'm gonna give him a swift kick in the rear.
Okay. Yeah, Gryke unlooses his bond and swiftly kicks him in the butt. Very hard.
Boom. Like a teenager, he's rubbing snot away from it. Fuck off! Just runs away. His pants are like falling down. And he like trips over himself as he's running. Has to get back up. Continue. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mando, take him out.
My shield in the dirt. Put my rifle on top of it and just like that Aztec movie where they're like trying to run zigzag.
Oh God, yeah, Apocalypto.
Yeah.
Or Game of Thrones. What's it called? The youngest.
The
what was it?
bastard.
Yeah, what was his little No, I don't
Zigzag!
remember his name. Zigzag!
The bastard. What was that guy's name? Bastard.
Ramsey.
Oh, yeah, that was
God, that
Ramsey.
guy sucks. Anyway.
Good villain, though. Very good.
Good villain. Oh, yeah. Fucking hate him.
Okay, I don't actually shoot him. I let him go.
Yeah, we can't negate the coin flip.
Good, because he's a prince.
I'll fire, but it'll just be like a.
At his heels, or past him. Yeah, a force ballista, or does that use a spell slot? Or
No, well, I mean, I can summon it, but I'm not going to waste that for today. So it'll just be a regular old blaster shot.
nice. Yeah, yeah. Just more. Yeah, Eden. Yeah, he'll. I think his cult days may be over. He's scared him straight.
Hopefully.
He's going to end up
Didn't even have to send him to boot camp.
He's going to end up starting a help group for ex-cultists.
Like,
that would
Gryke
be
looks
a good turn.
yeah, Gryke looks around at the group and ponders and says, if they asked us what we would call ourselves, that there's that Furious 5 group. Should we have a name like that? We seem to be doing pretty well together.
A name or a name like Furious 5? No, play.
We could call ourselves the Slutty Six.
Bloody 6.
I mean, we haven't really seen any slutty tendencies except for out of maybe Job here.
I would say Job's a little slutty, yeah.
Just a little.
That my Friday night we call ourselves the Burninators because we keep burning shit down.
Burninator.
Yeah.
In the Icewind Dale campaign I've run in Sean's group, they're known as the Righteous Gemstones because of a couple mining mishaps with a lot of gemstones flooding the economy.
Yeah, the reason why we got named that is we were in Fandelver, and a mishap happened within the group. My character was off trying to do the story campaign stuff, and the rest of them set fire to half the town.
That'll happen.
Happens all the time.
I haven't seen a murder hobo thing yet. I haven't been a part of a group that's done that yet.
I thought that's what every group did.
I've really found that once I got out of the angsty like teenage time of D&Ds, that really went away. As you're playing with grown adults, that tends to really die down.
You got to tell my Friday night group that.
I mean, everybody can be a little murder hobo. I mean, we went ham on that giant without even asking him what happened. I mean, we probably could have talked that one down.
And actually, I take that back because the cultists, the Black Earth cultists, did nothing to you guys whatsoever. They were just they were just running.
They were cultists. We had already been attacked by cultists. We know that they're bad. There's no need to have a conversation.
Yeah, so we killed them and their steeds and the giant ogre thing.
No. I mean, sorry, the Black Earth cultists, way back in the Necromancer's Cave, the first batch.
Oh, well, they were in a Necromancer's cave. Again,
there was a lot going on.
Why are you wearing what you wearing? Why
are you wearing robes in the cave? I don't trust that. Sorry. We got attacked by skeletons wearing sombreros and cowboy outfits and dresses. I mean, what's a robe? Who knows?
Oh, by the way, I have to assume that the orcs took to my leadership because I was wearing a pirate captain's outfit at the top of my armor.
Yeah, it's very instinctual. There's just something about it. It's very commanding.
Mando's bounty hunter is eventually going to read Captain Mando.
Captain Mando. I like it. Captain Mando and the
and the Grykettes.
Yeah, the druids. I don't know. Okay. So we are, well rested. Everybody's spell slots restored, HP, good to go. Before you made camp, I guess it would have been still dark. Yeah. Yes. There was you're on a path in the woods right now, and the path opened up into an open field. And you could see that there was a structure in there was a faint glow, possibly a few glows, coming from a structure in the near distance, but with such an open, I guess, without cover, such a distance, without a place to hide, you didn't want to take a risk. It wasn't like the cornfield situation, opposite of that. You didn't want to take your chances, and everyone was tired as fuck anyway. So it made camp there. But now it is middle of the day. Everyone's well rested, full health. Everyone's feeling great.
That's a bit more than the players in the cornfield.
Indeed. And I leave you there. This is where we open.
No.
So we're past second breakfast.
Perfect. Because we let the wounded, malnourished cultist go. Yeah. And so we're heading to the shrine.
We gave him water.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. We did our good deed. Head to the shrine, but we have to avoid the town, if I remember correctly.
Well, we've already avoided the town. Does anyone have an idea of where this shrine is? I kind of, now that it's morning, look around, trying to gather my surroundings.
Yeah, I'll do a perception. What would it be? Survival then? If we're out in nature to.
Oh no! So you had spotted. Sorry. This map here is you're on the west end of the map. The east end would be where the opening happens. So like that is the opening. So you guys made it to there and then saw that there was a big distance, and you're like, say what? Right. So it's it appears you're not quite sure it's the shrine yet. You just saw a glow, a faint a few faint glows at nighttime, and it was about 120 feet from the opening of this forest. So, but because there was like no cover between that and where the glow was, I think it was strategically everyone would have decided best to bed right. So I was just trying to. Sorry, I should have set that up better. Yeah. Yes. So as you were, we headed that way, and is that what? I mean, that's up to you guys. You don't have to do that, but I think y'all were doing that anyway, right? Yeah. As you're, so as you're there, you hear, you get a little closer to the opening of the, the opening of the forest here. And just as you pass, just like that, Gryke, all of you pass, and let's see, Noel, behind, to the left and behind you, you hear, so to the north of this little path, you hear like a twig snap, and then the sound of kind of large, heavy branches, just when the wind's blowing heavily, how they kind of next to each other. But there's no wind, heavy wind right now. Well, it does sound scary. I didn't intend that, but that does sound...
No looks back and replies, I hear branches breaking and moving, but is there wind? No, can't really feel wind or anything. It has no feeling.
Was there a breeze in the moment? Mando thinks back.
No breeze. In fact, if you looked up to the trees, there's not much movement.
Perhaps somebody is watching us.
Around this area. I don't know if you can see that in this area. Someone's watching you. That's what you said. Okay, so
that's why it won't last. Yeah.
I would like to look over there and make a perception check if I can, to see if I can see anyone in the tree or around the tree.
Can you indicate which tree or?
Well, I'm assuming it's this discolored one because I'm assuming Noel pointed in that direction.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right, perception.
Woo!
Coming in hot.
What was the last thing Noel asked? You asked out loud.
Perhaps somebody is watching us.
Somebody's watching us. Mando, as you look at you kind of make your way. You hear him say that. You turn around from forward to left, and you're gazing. You're kind of scanning the treetops, and there's no foliage moving whatsoever. You scan your way here to this first tree, to the second tree, and by the time you get to the third tree, you kind of still don't see anything. And as you're going on to maybe look to the tree behind it, this tree here moves just a little bit to its left and right, and you notice that you are actually looking at a face. There's a face looking at you, and this tree appears to be not a tree, but a tree, like a legged tree. So it's It steps forward.
Oh boy!
I point at it and go, face, tree face,
Tree face.
tree face.
At this
I
point,
stand
Gryke turns
corrected.
around.
We're not in a horror movie. We're in the freaking Lord of the Rings.
It's Treebeard.
It's not. So yes, Treebeard steps forward, and Null is
Step forward, I
responding.
step back.
It is not you we were watching, small one, but we are here watching. And Gryke, you're right behind you. A familiar sound. You will remember. Maisel, we don't need. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, forest cat.
We do need.
Mr. Business.
Mr. Biz. Mr. Ben. Behind you,
Mr. Business's bunch.
Mr. Business Bunch. The business boys.
The Business Boys. Oh my god.
Oh, that's the name now.
That's the name.
Oh. Damn it.
Every time
gotta-
before combat, we have to go. We mean business.
Oh, no.
And then Mr. Business comes out, and I'm Mr. Business.
And it's just gonna be. Now let's get down to business. Is what we can.
Oh, God.
That's before we negotiate, of course.
Each character gets a tattoo of one of the slogans. Like,
Everyone
You
just
have
makes
one
a
like
business
catchphrase.
plan.
playing with a D20. Hold on.
Well, if she, what'd she roll?
13.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Not bad.
I don't know what her modifier is, but it's Greg, I've been oh shit, what was Greg's line? Did he say anything? Oh no, you just heard it. We've been watching. Yes. Hey, I see you've been busy. And this Greg, if you hear a voice, and if you were turning around looking at the giant tree, you hear a voice to your left, and it's in not a walking tree, but just a tree. And down hops a familiar face, and I don't have like a specific thing for him, but you will recognize him. No one else would though, as the elf who actually put everyone to sleep and put Job to sleep that one time. And representative of the Emerald Enclave. And
Oh, okay.
I hear someone come down from the side of me and go, "It's an ambush!"
Gryke
It's not
just
an ambush.
waves ahead. No ambush. Friends.
yeah, the
If
druid
they
doesn't
wanted to
even.
ambush us, yeah. If they wanted to ambush, we would have been gone already.
Yeah, he doesn't even reach for his weapon. He's just kind of looking at Mando like is it if he had chewing gum, he would be chewing it right now. Like very much that energy.
Ready to go, but I'll lower it down.
Relax, laddie. Yeah, like your turtle friend said. Oh, he's Scottish now. Sorry, no. Like
The tree or the person in the bush?
sorry, the bush person. Sorry, switch.
The tree just goes fucking.
The Australian. They're a bush person, so obviously they need to be Australian.
Crocky. The druid you recognize as the elf who put Job to sleep that one time. He's here. We've been monitoring. What brings you here? I believe. Oh, and you know what? I believe we have your. What would we call it? I should have had this ready. Talisman? What would Emerald Enclave members carry that would let them know that they're, because the Harpers have the easy, little.
I haven't looked it up in a minute. I would imagine
totem?
some form of. Yeah, it's
Maybe
probably some sort of natural totem. I would
Right?
imagine.
A stone with maybe, I don't know.
Greg's bear scat.
Greg's what?
Greg's bear scat.
Huge great bear scratch.
Oh my god. We'll do, well, he gives you a small stone that has been carved that kind of, we'll say it looks like the ocarina from Zelda. Little ocarina. And it's got maybe some runes carved on the side of it. And yeah, so he is in possession of this. He reveals it from his cloak, and he extends it out to offer it, but then he holds it, he takes it back for just a second. He's like, you've not realized, he's Scottish now, we'll just go with it. You've not realized, but we've kept an eye on your group here. We like the direction you're going and the decisions you're making. We've not yet intervened. We may be a butterfly here, a caterpillar there, a rat squeaking around, but we've witnessed several of your encounters, your battles, and the way you've interacted with certain characters. Certain individuals we taking a kindling to, and those we don't. And
Doug just kind of raises a hand real quick. Is Ilpa with you?
Ilpa. We don't know this Ilpa. Oh, Ilpa!
Oh, suspicion confirmed.
Ilpa.
Ilpa. Yeah, a very curious individual, ain't he? It is hard to clock that one. We are trying to get a handle on it. We know that he separated from you when the new caravan came to town, and he had joined with another group of adventurers, and that's the last we heard.
Well, if you see him again, you let him know that I already paid for a month of his services for healing me, and he needs to get his rear end back here.
I told you I didn't trust that little guy. We never should have let him out on that cage. Should have left him in that cage.
Aye, if we do encounter this Ilpa, we'll send him your way.
Is there anything you can tell us of the spire that we're heading to?
You mean the shrine?
Yes. Oh, that's right. The spire's on the coast. That's right. Yeah.
So, well, the Tower of Storms is on the coast.
That's it.
Then there's a spire, I think, that's in the mountains.
Yeah, the spire I haven't showed you guys yet. I haven't revealed it on the map. I don't know
Is
if we're gonna
that
do
the Feather Peak one?
Yes. So the Feathergale Spire, the cultist that you guys had interrogated, that's where he said apparently there is a group amassing or something. Some that's where he was initiated by Erisy, the Air Genasi leader, who looks like Tyrion. And then Tower of Storms, that would be on the coast, the actual Sword Coast, and then that's where Mando's boy is allegedly Wesco is lair. So you were asking about Ilpai. We'll keep an eye out for. Last we heard though, we do have some information. Is with a group called Valna and her 5. A lot of 5s.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's call ourselves a 3-6.
We'll call ourselves Glass Half Full.
Glass half full.
You never know what kind of party size you're gonna get.
You guys, as you're talking,
I'm looking at this tree while this conversation is happening and like slowly making my way over to the tree. I want to.
Yeah, Noel's just kind of staring in confusion at what's going on with the tree and the druid.
Imagine Noel's head's just sitting there spinning in a circle.
Mando, as you wake your way toward the giant tree, you notice more druids behind another tree behind you guys, and they all make their way out, and it's a mix of half elves and elves. Everyone makes their way over here, and they're just no one's overly chatty. This is a pair of wood elves and a half elf, and all dressed similarly, standard. Gryke, not too dissimilar from you. Very, very natural, and they just kind of give the nod of, "I'm not here to kill you. Hello."
I'm like feeling the tree, like touching the face, poking the eye. Like, what is happening with this thing?
Make an investigation check.
Definitely got some good.
Just wait until he has to start doing saving throw checks.
21, Jesus. So, as Mando's checking out this tree, you see a lot of carving words into it, and investigation 21. You see names are carved into this tree, and it only goes up to maybe 5.5, 6 feet, maybe I don't know how tall exactly Mando is, but head level with Mando, and then it kind of stops, and the rest of him is just normal tree guy. But
so the tree is tattoos.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, Mando's like 5'10", not too tall.
You'll see names like Jonathan, and then Ariel, Theron, little different names. So elven names, dwarven names, human names, all in different handwriting. Almost like a metagaming, like a picnic table, like lots of.
So I see the names
Hard.
as I'm like investigating this tree, and I'll just ask the tree, "What? Did you carve all these names, or what? What is this? And who are all these names?"
Ooh, you hear the kind of branches creaking together again as he bends down a little bit to get closer to your level. This is a huge tree person, very big. A little bit taller than Princess Sarissa and Queen Neri, who are, to this point, the largest creatures you guys have encountered. So he's even a little bit taller. And he bends down, and with one of his arms kind of grazes his left side, and or the kind of gestures at his whole bottom half, and says, These are my memories. Oh, for centuries, the children of this land have come to me for shelter during storm, or if the kite gets stuck, or if the cat comes up, I am here to help. And I let them carve their names in it. They like doing it. Sometimes young lovers will come and do things I would rather not see near me, but it's very awkward, so they don't know I'm not just a normal tree. So by the time things are happening, it's too late, and I don't want to move, but so I just kind of disassociate, and then anyway. But yes, the small children come. Not during that time.
It's a natural thing, and
Of course. Seed to sapling to and he and when he says that he does a little shudder and those little fluffy the little floaty things come out of him and which are like basically tree sperm and they'll float all around. Excuse me.
shield.
It's only 98% effective.
What is your name and how old are you?
My name is Lifferlas. And I will Lifferlas. I will type that because it's hard. Or it's weird. Lifferlas. Lifferlas the Oak. For 2.5 centuries have I wandered these wood, seeing how humans have come in and began their civilization. Many do not belong here among the woods, and I would prefer they stay closer to the coast. But there are some who are very kind and very conscious of the wild, like my friends here. And
So you would know of this land pretty well, I would say. Have you traveled all about here, or have you stayed mostly to the woods?
If it's in the woods, I've been there, but as far as when the woods end, so does my travel. I do not venture into the desert, nor the Desert Valley, nor the coast. I'm sorry, any waters, but I won't leave the woods.
Are any of your brethren in the woods as well? Are you alone?
Sometimes many years will go by without two of us seeing each other. The last time I saw my friend, the crooked one, that was nearly 50 years ago near Phandalin. No, sorry. Oh, it's been 100 years. 100 years. This was around the sacking of Phandalin.
The sacking of Phandalin? I didn't know Phandalin was once destroyed.
Yes. In fact, I believe this is the third time man has attempted to settle Phandalin. It's the second one I've seen. But yes, when I was nearly a young sapling of only 150 years, I guess, if the math adds up, when I saw the orcs of Talos destroy everything the Phandalinas had built.
The Orcs of Talos is someone who we're currently tasked with taking out their leader, Moesco. Have a bounty on his head.
He growls, and the druids who have been very not relaxed, but just kind of at ease, kind of stiffen up a little bit, and he goes from a story time pose, like on knelt down. He stands straight up. Moesco is no friend to the forest, and his voice is so loud when he gets angry that he shakes the ground under you, and the like the birds in the nearby trees and the squirrel, you can hear like little animal noises. Everybody's kind of freaking out a little bit. So this guy hates Moesco.
I can see our paths are aligned in this.
Is the giant tree going to join our group?
If I RP well. So what do you know of the Orcs of Talos? You say they've been... It sounds like their organization has been around for a long time.
So right now, Lifferlas, the tree version of seeing red, you can tell he can emote enough on his tree face that you can tell that he is kind of like really angry right now and not responding. Your friend, the druid, what's his name? Did I name him? Gryke, your druid friend.
The druid friend, Gryke.
What was his?
Gryke just numbers the people he's met. So far, this is druid number 1.
Okay. All right, so this guy's name is Noom. All right, Noom Bear-Wan. Noom Bear-Wan Kenobi, you're our only hope. So we're gonna retcon session 2, I think. Gryke? I think that was session 2.
It was pretty early on. It was 2 or 3. It was something like that.
Maybe 3. I think 3. Riders on the Storm. So he's going to. He introduced himself right before he made you pass out, fall asleep. I am Noom Bear-Wan, and we will be watching. I think he did say we'll be watching, but but right before he said that, I am Noom Bear-Wan. Boom. Lights out. 9 sessions later. This is now. Oh, can I change this on here? Number 1, hey, Chago. Oh my God. Yeah, Josh's Tomb of Annihilation. One of the guides, I guess, the one we chose was Shago, and he was just like a Jamaican guy who like had a few catchphrases, but it was too realistic, because if you've ever worked in a kitchen with like somebody foreign, it's like exactly like that. Like they'll only have like 5 phrases that they'll go to. It was amazing. It was a good time. Okay, Noom Bear-Wan. Back in the moment. Lifferlas, visibly disturbed by the mention of Moesco, is kind of not being on purpose rude to Mando, but just kind of emotionally shut down. He's a slow talker anyway, so once he gets to any emotion... Oh, nice! He appreciates it. But he's still pretty steamed. Noom Bear-Wan is going to take the cue, the non-verbal cue that he's not feeling well right now, and jump in the awkward silence and answer your question, which was, goddammit, what? Kira,
what does he know of the Orcs of Talos?
Orcs of Talos. Noom Bear-Wan.
They seem to have been a quite an old organization to have sacked Phandalin the last time. 50 years ago, or no, 100 years ago.
Noom Bear-Wan steps forward. Aye, indeed, Talos it tends to seek out the most chaotic and hot, and whenever there's times of war, famine, starvation, if the seasons turn on it sends many a young orc into disarray, and they end up very susceptible to the evils of the world. And Talos, this is when he strikes, he or she, can't remember. This is them. This is when, right? Gods should probably be they, all of them. Anyway, so this is when Talos strikes. And in particular, he likes to bequeath certain powers to the more intelligent of them, the half-orcs and the orogs that lead the groups, and give them powers of transformation, dark powers of chaos. And it seems that we are in an uptick, like a season. There have been many disturbances in nature lately. The rise of cults, the activity, and indeed, it seems the gods themselves seem to be some kind of play.
Well, I look over to our group and go, I think I know who our first short-term target is. I know there's this cultist uprising, and I don't know about you guys, but this feels like the best first target to go after.
I agree. We need to stop this issue. And then Gryke also mentioned that the cultists have been stealing giant parts for some weird reason. Yes.
Do they know that? Yes. There was a
You've got a robotic memory. Recount everything that we've ever
No, this is fourth wall moment. Mando, you put your character over like a GM layer of someone who does know, but like scene wise, it didn't make sense for him to show up yet. So this is awkward. Yes, I'm gonna say yes. Yeah, we've been in contact with Kyvan the Grim. He's told us of. In fact, he was the one who. No, they watched the bull. You guys talked to the believers before Butterskull Ranch, right? That was before. Obviously, you just came from Butterskull Ranch. Never mind. All right.
Because we just saw, this is now our second giant that has been dismembered in some form or fashion. Because they took a leg from that one. They took an arm from the other one, if I remember correctly.
I thought it was a leg and an arm, or maybe it was just two arms.
And the head. The head was missing. I remember that was a key point.
Kyvan the Grim. Cured leather armor.
I need to change this guy's name. Lifferlas. Objects and tokens. Lifferlas. Kyvan the Grim is a great dear friend. Treant. The Lifferlas. When you guys mentioned the dismemberment of the giants, he'll finally break his. Have you been watering this whole time, Mando? You're kind of like having a conversation over here, but watering.
No, the water skin was already like half full from giving some of it to the cultists.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
But he appreciates it nonetheless. He'll finally break his silence. His only comment is butchery. He's in disgust of the what you guys are talking. But he is aware. So that yes, Noom Bear-Wan confirms. Kevin the Grim, you actually just missed him. He was just here. He transformed into an owl and went back to the meeting he was having, but he came here to check on us. Actually, we sent for him. We were going to report on the situation here. We had been tracking. We had been tracking a pair of Ankrites of Talos, like I mentioned earlier. These are dangerous individuals, we believe, linked to Moesco.
Oh. And you've tracked them to
Acolytes,
this-
like initiates.
Sorry, let me. Anchorites. So like a ship's anchor, Anchorites. Anchorites of Talos, and I just realized it might be like a maritime pun. I'm not sure.
Is that like some sort of status, or is it a type of creature?
And so like what I was telling you earlier about the Talos imbuing certain individuals with power. These would be them, the chosen ones that are defenders of the faith, I guess you would call it, but it's not really faith, it's madness. It's only madness.
Is your goal to destroy them? We'd be happy to help you.
He takes a pause and looks at the ground below you guys. This is not high noon, so it's just past high noon. I keep thinking Texas. This is not hot where we are. Never. It's quite chilly. But he'll foothills. He'll hunker down and grab some dirt and just in his gloves, and he'll look up toward kind of the opening where it opens up into the field. Oh shit! God, what'd you ask? Sorry.
Is their goal to destroy these anchorites? And
Right. Sorry.
and we would love to assist. And I look to the group.
Sorry.
Right? We'd love to assist.
Oh yes.
So in his like dramatic earth handling moment, he's just kind of getting his gloves dirty, sooty, or gritty. He'll say like, I destruction's never really our goal. We don't like death. Yeah, of course, we don't seek out anything reminiscent of decay, but like sometimes there are agents of chaos in this world that their mere existence, their motto, their MO is destruction of others, just pain. Indeed. Like sometimes the gods may see fit to send a hurricane or a monsoon to wash the lands, but like it always renews something better in its place. And every time, I mean, the stories go back ages. Every time a cult uprises, it's never better after. But we want to fuck him up real bad. So
I like this tree.
I look over to Lifferlas. Do we ride you into battle?
I did.
or I don't like that.
Wait, do we have another potion? How big would
No,
he get?
we don't.
Aw. Oh,
We used our one growth potion, I'm pretty sure.
that'd be great if we had another one. Make the tree even bigger.
I'd also be invincible if I'm riding a tree while I do all my range stuff. Nothing will kill me. Well, let's. So you're saying they're in this shrine? You've tracked them to this shrine? We need to corner them and lay waste to their Talos heatheny?
Hey, I'll
Need
need some freedom. Hey, let me show you what we're up against. We've to surveil. We've been transforming the last couple of days. We tracked a pair of anchorites. Oh, sorry, I didn't finish my thought earlier. We tracked a pair of anchorites to the shrine. We've been tracking them for a few days. We were able to spot several goblins here in the shrine, and at least one ogre that we've seen so far. We've been transforming into like smaller, tiny creatures so as to evade detection. And we haven't been spotted yet, but we've located and he'll yeah, we can do this. Let me see. Let me say it first, and then I can kind of draw a little thing. We've spotted several boars. It looks like wild boars, and it looked like one was bigger than anything we've ever seen. I'm sorry, bigger than any boar we'd ever seen next to the normal sized boars, and at least one ogre. Something quite bizarre is we haven't gotten close enough, but I'm not sure what to make of it. It's like it might be an ogre or a troll or something, and it's got some kind of contraption on it, and it's got like there's a swarm of goblins. We're not sure what's going on.
Oh yeah. We just killed one of those, and
So this is their base. So this is where they retreated to.
Oh, you've seen these then?
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
got one in our wagon.
yeah. But just I gesture over to the west. See, there's one right over there.
He'll look over there. Oh, well, fuck yeah. One of those. And that's on the yeah. Whatever. And then we were actually about to start making our move. We were waiting to hear back from Kyvan, but we hadn't heard it yet. I need to retcon one thing. You guys, sorry, Gryke. Noom Bear-Wan, he was aware of everything up until Butterskull Ranch. So he knows of everything there. Kyvan, because you guys talked to Kyvan before that. So he knows all that stuff. But he's unaware of Butterskull Ranch. Doesn't change anything so far, but just there's that. Sorry, where were we?
We just one of the ogres they said they saw an ogre, but then they
I
saw
was going to draw it
another
out.
ogre with a trebuchet on it.
Yeah, I had finished my thought, and I was going to draw it out here. Actually, do I need to draw it out?
So there were two ogres, one with and one without a trebuchet.
I believe we saw one as we... Oh, sorry, I didn't finish. And then as we were about to make a move, because we thought we had done as much retcon as as much recon and recon. We have reached our maximum amount of retcon. There's like a red button I can hit. No, too many retcons. No. Okay. So when we figured we'd done as much recon as we can, we were about to make our move with our friend here, Lifferlas, especially with on our side. We thought, and especially me, I thought I could. As soon as I go crag cat, everybody's in trouble. But just as we were about to make our move, another group showed up. And it was, sure enough, one of those large creatures, the ogre with the what'd you call him? The trebuchet attached, and then a bugbear individual and several goblins running. It seemed like they were taking some hits. They weren't coming from a birthday party. It looked like they maybe. Oh, that's your handiwork.
There was a lot going on.
There was a whole legion of them, at least 50.
At least
50.
They were launching them left and right. It was a lot. You say crag cat, when I go bear, I was just swatting things left and right. So many things. And then our tabaxi over there was gutting them, just bathing in their entrails. It was a horror show. Don't go to the ranch. It's bad.
Don't go to the ranch.
Stay away from the ranch.
You do go to the ranch, stay away from the web.
Stay from the web.
Well, we can reminisce on the ranch after we're done taking care of these
Yes.
Talos cultists, but yes, if the reinforcements that they got were coming here with their tails tucked between their legs from the fight that we just had with them, so that doesn't scare us at all, one bit.
Yeah, very confident.
Well,
Well, I
these
like our
anchorites,
odds.
if you're saying that they're blessed with power, then we'll have to treat them with some caution. But the others, we're not afraid of.
He ain't afraid of you.
Especially not Null. He slaughtered them.
Killing the machine.
Literally.
Would you be able to point out the two anchorites amongst the group to us?
So that's where it gets tricky. We know that they can transform, like us, and he'll,
Like druid power?
Yes, but not. Yes, but not exactly. It's like, how to explain it? He kind of looks at Gryke. He's like, you know how you just feel like when the moon's in a certain phase and you just are able to he just Gryke, druid heal or something that you immediately respond to, like the feeling like. Day 14 of the moon cycle when it's like your stomach just feels a certain way and the moon and the energy. So druids, I in my mind, I kind of liken it to like very natural forces. So like stuff that like physics can easily prove, stuff that's like happening all the time around. So like,
drawing living forces from nature to diffuse their transformations. Yeah, I
Yes.
always saw it like that too.
Yes. So like what they're doing though, it on the output, it appears as though like you and I were to transform into a boar or what have you, but like when they do it, it's just like you can feel the energy like drain in the air. And there's a bit of a charge, like an electrical charge. It's just not right. It's something gets zapped, It's like it's something gets taken away, and it's not right. So it's evil. It's unnatural.
The work of the gods, perhaps.
And that's what we're. I mean, literally, they call themselves anchorites of Talos. I mean, it's not. And they've got these like tattoos. They paint themselves with the thunderbolts of Talos on the skulls. You'll see 1, 2, 3 across the skulls. They'll as like tribute and a sign of loyalty to Talos.
Hear that, guys? 3 thunderbolts, high priority target.
Got it. Well, let's take these guys out. See if we can get another hostage. Get some information out of them, and
Do we
get
want
one
to try
step
to take
closer to
Anchor alive?
Moesco.
So here's what I wanted to. Okay, I'm going to take us to. We haven't done this before, but we're going to go to the blank battle map here, and I don't.
Did we just die?
Is this purgatory?
Morgan Freeman?
I know you've got the voice of God.
The first time I met Andy Dufresne. Here we go. So, Noom Bear-Wan is going to draw Gryke while he's crouched down in his like dramatic existential crisis, like, you know, do we destroy, do we protect, what do we do? He's drawing kind of a square on the ground in quadrants like this, and as he was,
If you're drawing something, I can't see anything.
oh sorry, what, how do we do? So y'all don't see anything.
How big of a square do you need?
Are you on the token layer?
I see white.
Did I put you on the right? Okay, blank battle map. Weird.
Oh, see it. There it is. Square.
See it?
Oh,
Okay.
is that my square? Is that the square I drew?
It's a turquoise
I see your green square also, but I've got a square with quadrants.
Okay.
Here, do you
Yeah, I
not see
did the
that?
green square. No, I did the green square. Let me delete that.
I see that. Okay.
How do I delete this? Okay.
I can. There we go. So there we go. This is fine. Okay. So yes, Noom Bear-Wan indicates earlier that he was talking about goblins and some orcs and ogres. I'm going to do a freehand. So here we go. Okay. Everybody see does everybody see this?
Yeah.
All right. So the little ovals are where he drew in the dirt, and while he was mentioning, you know, the goblins and bugbears and ogres, he would occasionally draw varying size, indicators of those guys in this quadrant. And the big squiggly in the top right, he said that. And on the northeast, that's this you can tell the ruins. This was a structure that used to have like 4 towers on each corner, but there's only one that hasn't crumbled over the years, and that's where we spotted the ogre with you call them the trebuchet attached there with the swarm of goblins waiting up there. That's what we've seen, and it looks like. Oh, and there's one more part to this. Sorry. This isn't perfect, but in the center, there's still a maintained, like the actual shrine itself appears to be mostly intact with a roof, but the protective walls is what encloses the enemy. The northeast tower being the only one left. We admire what you've been doing here for the people of Fandolin and indeed nature itself. We our ears are open for strategy. Should you propose any plan, we will we'll adhere to it.
Well, I mean, based on our track record so far, we walk out there and start hitting stuff, and it seems to go our way.
So we started blasting.
So we just
So I started
blasting.
blasting. Anyways,
Hit it with my stick. All right, we can don't allow it a bear. All druids wild shape and charge an animal attack.
oh god. Also,
Well,
this is me trying to keep it seriously after you guys just named yourself the business boys. Like strategy. What are we doing?
Mando perches on top of the treant. We
Well, the
also
Treant
mount-
sounds like he doesn't want to get involved in the fight.
He didn't have to fight, but you can get on the top of him and snipe people from up there.
Well, I
From a
could
distance.
also we could take position up on this tower, and I can shoot from up there. I've got a pretty good range on my weapon. How far away is the tower from the statue?
So, like, all right, and he'll point to the opening of where the path opens up to the field. And remember, this is like about 120 feet from where you guys are to the north, to here, to this point. So, like, the entrance of this, the north entrance of this structure is about 120 feet. You guys are about 120 feet north of it right now. And he gestures that way, and he'll say, aye, if we can take down the ogre that's stationed there, sure, that would be great. If you could do your sniping from there, but I think it's a matter of, like, how do we infiltrate the structure and get up there without being caught? We've got, like, and we've surveilled the area pretty well. There's not, you can assume there's a safe like 120 feet on either side of this structure with no cover.
Could just climb up at the side of it with spider climb.
So, if we're taking inventory of how many enemies there's one ogre with a trebuchet, one other ogre, a handful of goblins, and a few hobgoblins based on the fight that we had previously, and two of these
And then a bugbear.
anchorites. No, there weren't any. Were they bugbears or hobgoblins?
A few bugbears.
Oh, okay, no hobgoblins, so a few bugbears. And these two anchorites.
Well, the anchorites are two of the things there.
They're the stronger of the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
But if
Could be a
we're
goblin
talking
or
about a
one.
numbers game, I think we're fairly evenly matched. We could take this head on. If we attack the tower first, then we will be at a position of advantage because they will be forced to attack through the tower to get up to us. And we can dwindle their numbers down to a small area and focus our firepower on that small area. I have been working on a piece of technology, and I'll pull out my gun attachment and fiddle with it. Instead of doing damage, I can create a shield for anybody within 10 feet of us that will lessen the blow of anything that makes its way through so that it doesn't hurt as bad. If we get us in this choke point, it'll be very tough for them to overcome us.
Yeah, this sounds like it'll work. Like looks at the Emerald Enclave druids. How many of you are proficient in shifting versus summoning?
Let me go back to.
Since we all know that's the only two things druids do.
For sure.
Well,
They
they can blast you a little bit. You know,
A little bit.
I can summon deathly
Who's the
watermelon
utility
seeds.
caster?
Deadly watermelons. That's true.
That is true.
There is. It's happened.
What circle of druid are you, Daniel? I forgot.
Circle of the Moon.
Circle of the Moon. Okay.
Or
No,
no, what's
no.
the Circle of the
No.
Underdark?
You're
I was gonna say,
Underdark.
'cause I'm
Yeah.
Moon. That's right.
Yeah, you're the
Circle of
Moon. I'm the Underdark one, yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't picked that up.
So I don't get some of the fun stuff immediately, but it's been fun.
as you level up, you'll get better spells.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Couple levels, you guys will totally eclipse me in damage. I'll just be able to take more, more and
Yeah,
more
pinata.
damage.
Yeah, but you're the big distraction.
Exactly. That's what I'm going for.
Gargantuan Pinata Gryke.
How much did you hit me for? 192. I'm fine. I'll
So
be all right.
for our purposes of strategy, on with my technology, every turn I can heal a D8 plus 3 temporary hit points for everyone within 10 feet of me.
Hell yeah.
I forgot I can heal us in wild shape because of the Circle of Moon. I just have to expend a spell slot, and I can heal and deal 8. It has a bonus action.
In B shape?
Yeah, while it's
Hell
combat
yeah.
wild shape.
I didn't know that. Well, did I know that?
So it's per level of spell slot extended. So a D8 per spell slot. So that's pretty cool. So that
Okay.
Yeah,
helps a
it's
little bit.
basically a self cure wounds.
Cure wounds. Yeah.
Well, only while in
That's
base
that's
B
balanced. I think it's balanced.
shape. I don't.
What do you
We have
guys think
to-
of this plan? We attack the tower, let them come to us, draw them into the tower, and then
Do
And
we
then
know if
blast
the
'em?
tower- Do we know if the tower's empty?
well, we know there's one ogre at the top of the tower, which we can take out, I think, pretty quickly before they get to us.
Why don't we just rush the tower, lock ourselves in, kill the ogre?
Well, is the tower in a state that we can lock it down? I know the other three are crumbled, so I can't imagine this one's in too good of shape. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if
How
an ogre's up there, it's probably strong enough to hold that weight.
Or what we do is we run in a tower, hide ourselves. Well, we somehow get the attention of the outsiders, run into the tower, hide ourselves, and let them scale the tower and fight the ogre for us. And then we just finish them off.
Mm. Can I look over to the druids? Can you shapeshift into flight forms and sneak up on the ogre from on high while we come from below? You know, potentially we can sneak in and attack it from two fronts to ambush it.
If they can, I don't know why we're fighting.
So we're gonna.
I mean, if they can do like butterflies and
Well, that's true.
whatever.
Right,
Insects.
fearful
So,
butterflies
uh,
attack.
Yeah. You asked the the three druids who aren't Noom Bear-Wan. They kind of, when you ask that, do you have essentially do you have a flight speed? They get like really embarrassed. They're just like,
Can you be spiders? Can you
God.
climb up the
Noom Bear-Wan, hold on, before you finish your sentence, he's like, dude, you can't just ask that.
That's a touchy subject.
Sorry, I didn't realize you guys weren't high enough level.
Gryke's looking away because he can't do it either.
No wonders if he's too heavy.
Mando
number
has
one.
single-handedly offended every other, because literally Mando is surrounded by nothing but druids right now.
I am also the epitome of everything that is not druid. I am
Yeah.
so is
all
Noel,
tech,
though.
all metal, all like.
Yeah.
There's nothing about me that is natural.
Somehow
Yeah,
Gryke is
Except for my skin.
bonded with 2 metal men.
Mando has to buy gas and
And Feskar and
Beskar. That's great. Yeah, you can't just ask people.
Oh yeah. By the way,
like-
Treebeard, do you know of any Feskar?
Beskar, I don't
No.
know what that is. I don't even know what that is. The not in the vocabulary.
sorry, we're all vegan around here.
Well, anyone else have any other plans of attack? Because I don't
The
want to.
spider climb thing is interesting. It's just don't know how tall the tower is, so
Oh.
that could take some time to climb up. But I mean, what would be scarier? A pack of spiders, and one of them being mechanical, just climbing up the side of a tower, and then Mando has to run through the tower himself.
Well, remember that there's
20
apparently
feet.
there's like 100 feet or so of like open field that we have
Yeah.
to cross before we get there without being spotted.
Let's say 100 just for easy. 100.
So the answer
Right.
I think is we go at night
Right. No lights.
under the cover of darkness to close the gap to the tower and attack from there.
Yeah.
If we can
no,
take out the ogre
20
without
feet
them
there.
knowing.
20 feet for the tower.
Ooh.
That's-
Oh,
Okay.
it's only
Giant
20 feet up?
spider
That's no
would be
big deal.
fun.
Yeah, number one overhears you guys. Yeah, and then I'll say about the north and east side are about probably mostly intact. The stone wall itself probably 15 feet, and then the towers 20. The gatehouse also 20. So like, if we were to attack head on from where we are, that would be 20 feet high, the first thing we see, and then about 20 feet to the east of it, another 20 foot high tower, and that's where the ogre is. And then where the walls are more broken down, that'll be on the west side. There's barely anything at all on the west end. And he kind of even half erases the line he drew in the sand for the west end. It's like it's mostly broke to shit over the years, the erosion. It's all gone. But I'd say the other 3 walls mostly intact.
Is there some sort of strategic reason that the anchorites have chosen this position? Did we just catch them on the road?
We have no idea. We were asking ourselves the same question.
How sturdy does the tower that the ogre is on look? Is it something that, maybe, a couple good hits from a big beast knocks it over?
Well, we weren't able to get that close. I don't want to say yes or no because this could be life or death. In the moment. So, I will say he's an ogre and he's carrying all those goblins. So, if they were, anything but super careful, which I can't imagine ogres being, it's got to be fairly steady.
Sure, that's true. Okay.
I'm gonna do a drink break real quick.
Back to the game. We have strategized. I think you guys were trying to figure
We
out
have
what to
just
do.
defeated all of these dudes.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. Yeah, we just murdered the last goblin, crying for
We
help.
threw them off the tower.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I am seeing. Okay, I just saw Josh's view, and it didn't show my black my black
You black square.
It's all just blue scribbles and stuff right now at the moment.
It's weird. You'll see it in the other edit, but I'm recording my screen also. Anyway, okay. So, what are we doing?
So, the current
Lifferlas.
plan seems to be that we are going to, in the cover of darkness, slip to the tower, fight the troll. I'm sorry, fight the ogre there. Draw all of the reinforcements from the shrine to the tower, where we can funnel them into a small area and slaughter them.
All right.
And we also
Lifferlas.
might need to be a little quiet to stay away from that really big boar they were talking about.
I'm wondering if the really big boar is another one of these anchorites who has transformed himself or
Very well
herself.
could be. Very well could be. If it is, I don't mind helping the antagonist, but if it's just a normal boar, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to help very much.
I don't know. I get hungry every now and then, so if we kill a boar.
Hey, indeed, it's when we've gone on our scouting missions, it's hard for us as well to decipher, like, you know, normal boars from what's going on here. But except for we just feel the, like I said, the kinetic, like, awkward energy in the air. Something's not right.
Did you feel that around this board?
Oh, more so than even. I'll say you right now in your shiny metal, your anti-nature vibe. No, yes, I mean, again, we weren't that close, so I can't, you know, not a.
We'll assume
Yes.
that it's a third anchorite that is maybe more powerful and is trying to stay hidden.
That's a safe assumption, I would say.
Okay, so there's potentially 3 anchorites with a few boars with them,
Some
a
gerblins.
handful of goblins, 2 ogres, and some bugbears. We have
Sounds like
a treant who seems fairly formidable, 4 druids, and ourselves. I think we're fairly evenly matched.
it definitely seems like the ingredients for a fun afternoon.
Hey, it's quite a coincidence. It worked out so balanced.
Like there was no other outside forces trying to balance the fight. Which you cannot expect in my campaign, by the way. If you walk
That's fine.
into a trap, it's a trap.
Oh no,
Okay.
you've triggered my trap card.
I balance all sorts of things in my campaign towards the enemies.
Yeah. So we're waiting until nightfall, right?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah, we're battle planning all into the evening, reminiscing. Like I guess at this point we'll let them know about Butter Skull Ranch, the fact that the orcs have been displaced from Icespire Peak, and we've befriended them and asked them to gather their number. And
What about the meeting in the tavern? Do we
They
mention
have-
that?
so they've been told by
Kyvan.
Kyvan
okay.
the Grim.
Yeah. So if you guys caught him up with Butterskull Ranch, then he's pretty much caught up to with all your stuff. Lifferlas at one point.
I want to carve my name into Lifferlas, by the way.
That's fine.
Honestly, he doesn't even feel it.
Can I do like the little heart thing?
But I'm not gonna like carve it though. Like I'm gonna use my blaster if I can to like burn my
Ooh.
like you know how you do like the
This
whole
man over here
like,
trying to set the
wood
shit on
burning
fire.
thing. I want to burn my name into him.
Nice.
Sets the whole tree on fire.
Right?
Every time it catches on fire, I pat it down with my glove.
Just blows on it.
He'll like he's probably 20 feet above anything you're doing, so it's fine. He doesn't even flinch. Nice. But he will at some point while you're doing that, not in response to it though. He he asks the group. And again, you hear every time he moves, you actually hear that the two heavy branches rubbing against each other. It sounds spooky, but he'll ask, and what would we have me do in this siege? What would you have me do?
Ooh.
How
look
tall
good.
how tall did he tell us how tall the tree was? Like
He's
himself?
like 20 feet or so tall, right?
So I'll say 20. He's taking up. His size is huge, so I know that's 15, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
Could
at least
we-
50 feet wide. Yeah.
Could we well, okay. So how do we utilize a giant tree? One, how do we get a giant tree to the tower without being suspicious?
I'll say he's
Or-
eye to eye with the tower.
Well,
Two.
giant tree, the distraction.
Two,
We don't want him to. We don't want them to all attack him, though. We want him to be
Well,
safe.
Me
So-
and the tree go in there, draw the aggro at first. You guys sneak around, get rid of the ogre, start picking them off, and then we pincer attack them. We funnel them towards the tower. You pick them off away. Anybody with range heads to the tower. Anybody with more close range abilities heads as the distracting force.
I worry for Lifferlas and his. If any of those orcs decides to bring fire to Lifferlas, that
Right.
could be
It's true.
that could spell his doom. But if we draw
Fire bad.
if we draw the
Fireman.
orcs into the tower in some way, we could pincer them that way of drawing them into the tower, and then Lifferlas can stay far away in the tree line until the
Right.
orcs have been drawn into the tower, and then follow up behind to pincer them.
There we go. That'll work. Ain't no
Yeah.
way he's gonna hide.
he can also be as we're moving up. He can be the lookout until we get all in position.
Yeah, like if this boar comes, Lifferlas can let us know that it's coming, and then potentially intercede himself at that point.
Right.
Prevent reinforcements. We'll be hopefully some of us will be at the top of the tower, and we'll be able to see him if he is engaged in combat. But I don't want to put him at risk by making him a tank.
How will I know when to come?
I will when the ogre is felled on top of the tower. I will fire a few of my shots into the air. They are unmistakable, and I'll pull out my blaster and kind of fire it away from the shrine so that no one can really see. And like it is fairly
what are you about to do?
it's fairly unmistakable. Like I fire it into the ground, just 20 feet away from me, in this direction. Like you can't miss it. I'll fire it into the air. You'll be able to see it.
Very well. He'll would otherwise maybe flinch at the sight of the metal man doing something, but like you can tell this guy's been around the block a few times. He's a couple of centuries of dealings with magic users is just another thing. But
Have you seen my kind of magic, Lifferlas?
You are Fandalorian.
What? You're? Are you? Are you familiar with my people?
Yes. I have met not many of your kind, but of honestly, over these 200 years, I have met as many of your kind as I have of mine, but that's only 3.
Of the kind that you have met, what was their story and what did you learn? I have only met but a handful myself.
The first Fandalorian I encountered, I befriended in the time before the first sacking of Phandalin. The most recent sacking of Phandalin, 100 years ago. I believe we talked about this. I befriended a Fandalorian.
What was his name?
I'm looking it up. It's,
If you actually thought this out, I will be very impressed.
Oh, I'm just waiting. I have a very cheeky idea.
That's like the one thing you ask a GM, like, oh, did you actually think of a name of this NPC?
no, I did. Fuck, I'm getting confused. I had OneNote and I had notes and I had fucking Gmail going back and forth. Sorry, I swear to God I did, but
I don't even remember what's in my backstory, so
we're gonna have to
Make it
retcon
up.
this. I'm sorry.
make it up and retcon it.
So we're gonna retcon this, but we're gonna call him. Yep.
Bango Fett.
Hold on, I got it. Yep. What was it?
Bango Fett.
Bango, except for we're
Bango Jet. There we go.
Banjo Tet.
Banjo Tooie.
Banjo.
And honestly, even when I find the real one, it's gonna be this.
Banjo Tet.
I think it's in
Horror.
OneDrive. I think it's in OneDrive, but I fuck it. Banjo
Got
Tet.
it? Banjo Tet.
So, sorry.
Right before the sacking of, I keep calling it the first one, but I think one happened before that. The first one I remember, the first sacking of Phandalin, I befriended one of your kind. He looked almost exactly like you, except bigger and stronger. And looked like his gun was better.
Impossible, but go on.
He looked perhaps 10 levels better.
But yes, it was a formidable fight of proud to call him my friend.
I look
Banjo
for his
Tet.
name on the bark immediately after he says that.
Yeah, he'll wait, you did what? You look for it? Or
I look for his name
yes.
scrawled in the bark.
Yep. Roll for investigation.
That's enough. You're right in front of it, so you didn't look very long, but indeed, there's and there's another name over it, in fact, but it's been so long. But sure enough, Banjo Tet is just faded, very faded, but it's there. You'll see it, sure enough. My friend, he was oh man. He fell to an orc chief, a chieftain. We fought bravely, but I swear he took down 10 before he was finally felled. But after this battle, I will take you to his resting place.
If you wish.
I bend to a knee and say that I would be honored.
Indeed. I know you're kind of very yes.
And I look to my party and say, Lifferlas must survive this fight.
Of course. Protect the tree at all costs. This is now our party's mission.
I don't want to lose this information. Our technology and culture is so few and far between that to lose even one member to the wilds is a great loss. And whatever he learned would be a great detriment to my people.
Yeah.
You just want him because of the magical sword.
You know, he had a gun too, apparently.
You sound like him. He would also echoed the same sentiments about dwindling numbers, and that is something we connected on. We bonded over. I too feel a sense of loneliness among our kind.
I imagine that you and I will become great friends.
Let us embark on this journey then. Oh!
Now, can I please ride you? We will journey together. I will
This is
keep you
really
safe.
Lord of the Rings now.
Oak's got jokes.
Let's mount the trebuchet to Lifferlas.
Oh yes.
Just boom. Oh. We could have him launch Gryke.
Honestly, we could spend the evening mounting the trebuchet to him and gathering up all these scattered rocks that are on the ground as ammunition to put into Lifferlas.
And then I'm also
so
saying
proud
that
of
Gryke can easily go into his shell and can be one of the ammunitions fired and just start attacking.
Yes.
God,
We have our entry point into this fight.
Noel can
There we
do
go.
the same thing. Like if you want to blast them all up there.
I'm loving it. I'm loving this.
We don't have to sneak up and at night. We just launch ourselves.
That's true.
Oh, so we're wait. Oh.
I mean, we'll probably still do it at night. But okay, so now Mando's like, so Lifferlas, we have a piece of technology just that similar to what Banjo Tet may have constructed. Just a little ways over here that we can equip you with to make you a little more of a mobile artillery station, which is honestly quite advantageous. All you have to do is walk around and collect great stones from underneath you and place them inside this trebuchet. I will operate it, and it will allow you to fling these great stones far distances. I would only ask of you to do this for this fight. I certainly wouldn't want you to be harnessed with this for the remainder of your days.
Yes, we will take it off after this encounter
But
is over.
it's the strategic advantage that is granted by doing this. I feel would be quite great.
Is it? Where is that thing? Where are you pointing?
I pinged
On the
just
wagon?
to back where the group is. That is just kind of sitting over there while we're having this conversation.
Item box.
So like over on the-
Yeah, over there. Like that's where the
Sorry.
where the trebuchet was because we brought it just so I could study it.
Okay. So he's nervous at first, but that was a very good pitch. So may a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Persuasion, definitely my strong suit.
You can tell he's apprehensive about the mechanics of it all and the goblin influence. But a 15 does it.
There is no goblin. Like if I need to, I will modify the basket to be able to handle rocks instead of goblins.
I mean, if you're offering that, yes, please. I would be more comfortable with
I am proficient with smith's tools to be able to modify it.
Oh,
it's done.
this is so cool.
Hell
What
yeah.
rolls you have tonight, Mando?
Awesome. Very well, I accept this contraption.
Plan's going to change just a little bit because I'm now going to be riding Lifferlas and firing the trebuchet.
Yeah, party members are literally going to go fly. I mean,
Yeah.
or we can also do the same thing with the other druids, and they no longer have to feel shame for not being able to fly.
Well, I mean, we need to be careful about flinging our players because like fall damage is a thing.
Yeah, like for me, I was going to rage first and then go on my shell, and that'll damn near make me a cannonball. No, I'd imagine you'd probably be able to do it with a wild shape, but it'd probably eat up one of your
Wild shape into a boulder.
It's not just any boulder. It's
I would like to
rock.
wild shape into a hobbit.
Go feet first.
Right?
Oh god.
Now, I imagine what I could do is have a scimitar and a flame blade, get shot towards the tower, just stab the tower with it.
Well, honestly, like you could be shot in your current form and then wild shape while you're mid-flight.
But he can't bonus there.
Oh yeah, he can't bonus action wild shape.
Nope.
But I mean, true.
It's still
I mean,
cool.
He can
It's still
hold
cool.
he can hold his action to
Good.
wild shape until after he's been launched.
Or
Yeah.
wild shape into a spider before and just launch the spider to stick to the thing and climb up.
Yeah, that would work too.
There's a couple options I would imagine.
So I'm gonna jump in right now, a little metagaming, and say armadillo. And this is gonna make sense later. I'm gonna say it again later. And you're gonna be like, fuck.
Armadillo style.
Can I actually, at my current level, can I actually turn into an armadillo?
Ooh.
I mean,
I'll definitely allow
such
it.
a low health pool though. Like you want to put wild shape into something that's got a decent health pool to take the hit of landing.
It's not amongst the list of animals at all.
We can get one though.
Yeah.
I'll allow it for sure.
Let's see. Armadillo. Bestiary. Let's see. Here's one.
Just like owlbear.
Let's see. Oh,
Armadillo 5e.
4 HP.
4. Come on.
AC 16. Tiny animal. Breathe up to water for 6 minutes.
That's bullshit.
I turned into a pet.
Armadillo, man, that doesn't make sense.
It'd have to be a giant armadillo for it to make any sort of sense, because armadillos aren't all that big. They're, small, about the size of your average cat.
I mean, a Geo Metro can destroy a whole family of armadillos. So. Also, gasoline, I think. All right.
Well, whatever you choose, we can launch you.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't make sense, sneaking is still an option.
Yes.
That is true. Maybe
if you're
we
going to be
time
a
it
spider, I'm pretty sure you can sneak at night, no problem.
maybe
Yeah.
Noel sneaks and we time it to where as Noel's cresting or Noel and the other druids that don't have a tortoise shell are cresting the tower, Gryke gets launched, and so shock and awe, and then the boulders start coming down after that.
Really, all of our druid friends and Noel can sneak as a party,
That's what I was thinking.
climb on up,
Yeah.
and then we start the
The launching.
siege.
Yeah, because the tower being 20 feet is nothing, because my walking speed is 30 feet itself. So while chipping a bunch of spiders, and, you got regular spiders and a giant mechanical one that is just coming up over this thing. And then we got flying Gryke over.
I'd say let's
Giant
do it.
tree.
That sounds like good fun to me.
I think we've done enough planning.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah, let's murder stuff.
Oh, shit.
This whole series has been a montage of like them modifying the trebuchet to get on Lifferlas.
Yeah,
and
it's me
making sure Gryke
hammering
is,
away on a trebuchet using like heat metal and like bending all this stuff and making it work for Lifferlas, using ropes instead of nailing it into his tree trunk to harness it. He's basically holding it up there like he's trying to hold on a hat while I secure it to his body. But eventually we get to a point where I've fashioned the trebuchet on him. I have outfitted my weapon to be not a force ballista, but a force defender. Where it is like you can almost imagine from the Phantom Menace, like the bulb of like force field.
The
You
droid
have to like walk through it slowly in order to like actually penetrate it.
Yeah.
Like that's what I've got in a 10-foot
Okay.
radius around me. So anything that hits Lifferlas is not going to hurt him as much. We are the mobile artillery center.
We have effectively armed a giant tree.
And we're waiting for nightfall or no?
Yes.
Well, yeah, we're doing all this from like noon until nightfall.
Getting ready. Okay.
And I imagine as nightfall is starting to come, Noel and the druids would start sneaking off towards getting ready.
And one more retcon. I'm going to add some places to the map, but I'll say during this time, that's like, I'm going to say like 7 or 8 hours, right? I mean, well, probably 7 hours at least of you guys shooting the shit before nightfall. So that's a long time to get acquainted and recall things past. So in that time, you guys have shared your story.
I would imagine through all of the interactions that I had with outfitting him with the trebuchet is when he shared his experiences with Banjo Tet with me.
And yes. Yeah. And druids and Gryke, sorry. Are you like kind of buddy maybe with the Emerald Enclave guy, Noom Bear-Wan?
Yes, and I would think also during this time, Gryke would go ahead. He's been with this party long enough that he would go and explain his connection to the Emerald Enclave. So during this time, Gryke would explain that his mentor was killed by orcs.
Yeah.
But was then Gryke didn't know at the time, but was one of the leading members of the Emerald Enclave. So Gryke has fallen into this. Not cult, I guess, but I guess organization of nature balancers.
Yeah.
Druid heavy, but not exclusively druid.
Yeah.
And so the party would understand that Shaman was his elder that took him and raised him from a young age. And so he was inadvertently trained to be an Emerald Enclave agent from damn near birth, but just didn't realize it.
Has Gryke shared any details about the orcs that killed his?
That would come out during this. Gryke would let him know that orcs were the ones that ambush Shaman. So
Let's RP it. RP it.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. Gryke.
You there, turtle? We don't see many turtles this far north of Cholt. How is it you come by this area?
I was abandoned as a hatchling, as is the norm for my species. But I was found by a gnome of the Emerald Enclave named Shaman, who raised me for a number of years, taught me the ways to be a druid and respect and keep nature in balance until, unfortunately, time frame wise, I would say still pretty recent. So I'd say within the last 6 months.
Yeah.
My elder was killed protecting me from a massive horde of orcs that attacked us. So I've been.
Did you say Cholt? What is Cholt? I've never heard of that before.
Cholt is the native land for my species where we all hail from and originate from. I believe it is very far south.
Yes.
I have heard of
South
Cholt in my travels. It's home to a variety of species that you don't typically see up this way.
Yes, I have personally never been to my.
Is it a
to
land
Cholt.
of magic and technology?
It's definitely land.
It's a good way.
No, not like the Fandalorians. No, more my speed. Trees, creatures, old magic.
Have you been there, Lifferlas?
I think I would have had to cross the desert to get there, so no.
Yeah, the way that because it's way far south, and there's a bunch of area. I think there is at least a desert, because the way that Cholt comes down, there's a desert right before you actually enter Cholt.
I mean,
proper.
Technically, Cholt is on its own island out in the Sword Coast Sea or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was like a peninsula, like a.
No, it's its own island.
Too. Okay.
Okay.
Because I've seen it either be an island or be a peninsula, so I guess it just I don't know if that's inversion.
Completely remote from the Sword Coast.
Okay. So yeah, unless he can walk in water and survive.
How did
that.
you? How
Is
did
it
you
though?
get here from? You said this gnome found you. That the shaman. You just found yourself on the Sword Coast?
My species, when they reproduce, their lifespan ends. So typically, when the parents lay the egg, it is where they are traveled. We are very nomadic as a species. We might hail from Cholt, but not many of my kind actually know of our homeland. Our shells are our home more than anything, and it's very rare that we actually meet another of our species. I have actually not met a single other person like myself since I've been alive.
Well, if your shell is your home, then let me help you. And so Mando is going to take the piece of his weapon that has been modified now to be a force defender, and he's going to adhere it to Gryke's shell.
Oh shit.
So
Yes.
anywhere that is within 10 feet of Gryke will now get a D8 plus 3 temporary hit points once we kind of start this. Because I mean, it does have a I'd say a time span of how long it lasts. I mean,
Would you imagine it's close to my rage?
No. I mean, it's in the
Or is it
time
longer than
span
that?
of hours, not.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, because
Let me-
rage is
let me
10 minutes,
just-
and wild shape is an hour. So,
Let me just double check that real quick.
so rage is 1 minute. Never mind.
He's
Um,
1 minute.
10 rounds, 1 minute. Yeah.
Oh, it actually doesn't have a duration on it. So like I go ahead and summon it, my Eldritch Cannon Protector, and adhere it to your shell.
Mhm.
So even if you wild shape, it'll become a part of your inventory.
Correct. Yeah, because anything
And
part of me.
as a
comes
bonus
through.
action, every turn I can heal everyone within 10 feet a D8 plus 3. So that is just now a part of you. You are a mobile.
Jesus.
You are a mobile
Like a hot spot, like a heal spot.
heal spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's temp hit points, so it's not your actual HP pool.
Yeah. That can help though.
I mean, it should help considering if you're raging.
Yeah.
it still works if he transforms.
Should-
Badass.
'Cause I'm adhering
Yeah,
it
'cause
to his person, so it is now in his inventory.
Yeah, anything. I've watched some videos about the wild shape. So yeah, anything that has been cast on you prior to you wild shaping continues in effect until the duration would be met. Like the wild shape doesn't necessarily stop the effect of anything.
Technically, it's an eldritch cannon. Like it. Imagine a creature of its own that has an AC of 18. That has its own move speed and can climb and all that. Like it has climbed you, is a creature that has climbed you and is now clung to you. So
Awesome.
when you wild shape, it won't become a part of your inventory, but it will stay clinging to you.
So
It has
Gryke
an-
will have a cannon shield on his back, whether no matter what form he's in.
Blast
Yeah,
twice.
it's got an.
Yeah.
It's
I
got
was
an
just about to
AC
say that,
of
too.
18 and an HP. It's got an HP pool of 15, and technically creatures can target it and attack it. So
For-
far, like it's the same thing with my Force Ballista. Like it's been a part of my gun, but
Okay.
like it's been flavored as a big part of my gun. But technically, anyone that wants to attack it could attack it.
So
Yeah, because this is the artificers.
Yeah, it's the artificer, artillerist
yeah.
creature.
Right. Oh, okay.
So Mando's gone around and armed a tree and the turtle.
I've now armed the tree and I have defended the turtle in a way.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just waiting for him to pick up a rock and fucking make a weapon out of that shit.
Well, I can do that too with I just got the catapult spell too. So
Yeah.
between me and the tree, we can catapult some shit.
I can't tell you, like, I played Tabaxi on my Friday campaign, and we, instead of just a sling, it's a slingshot. And I can't tell you how many times I've killed people with just that, caltrops and a slingshot.
Gryke is very excited about his new defensive capabilities, but he will pass along the favor and he will touch Null and say, "This should help in your part of it." And Gryke is going to cast Long Strider on Null,
Uh-oh.
so its speed will increase by 10 feet.
Okay, so now I have 40. How long?
This is all immediately
1 hour.
prior to us moving out, right?
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, so that's gonna be 1 hour. So you got 10 extra feet for 1 hour.
Cool.
Oh, if that's the case, then I will also, when I attach the when I attach the Force Ballista to you, I'm sorry, the Force Protector,
Uh-huh.
I'm also going to cast a spell on you.
Oh boy.
Oh, and I
Let me
cast a
pull up my
spell.
spells.
The DM over here.
I
damn
also
so-
cast Jump.
Sean's like, my balance, no.
And the DM's like, shit, I gotta rewrite all.
I'm gonna cast Jump on Gryke.
Oh god, yes. Tripled, okay.
Y'all
it's only
did this. This was like
maybe I don't do that yet.
Umbridge Hill all over again.
Metagaming so hard, we're breaking the battle.
So
Honestly, like it sounds like metagaming because we're saying it, but like
launching to me, catapulting Gryke, I cast jump on him so that he has the increased ability to land from the jump.
oh shit!
I've got. So based on
Nice.
tripling the jump, I can jump 57 feet now.
And take no damage.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll do that. I'll cast jump on him. I'll use the spell slot.
God damn it!
Now look, I'm gonna go ahead and raise.
So this is all happening at
Wild
once. We've got Noel and the druid party all stealthing away immediately. Like, so I'm assuming we have some sort of like. Do we have a means of signaling back to Mando and Lifferlas that it's time to catapult Gryke?
Oh.
So if you're all at the, first of all, hold on, let me look this up. I'll get out of hand.
I'm assuming some sort of stealth check needs to be had to sneak
I
up.
would imagine so.
You did wait for nightfall, right? But I
We did
would
wait
also,
for nightfall, so hopefully that gains some sort of advantage towards the second part.
But it is also technically a stronghold, so I'd understand if it did too. So it could go either way.
let me scroll down. There we go.
So 150. Oh shit. Okay. I keep looking. Surely the rules will save me. Nope.
No amount
No.
of rules
No.
will save you from an adequate amount of planning.
So no, I plan the shit out of this. No. So 150 feet is the normal advantage or whatever for the trebuchet. 600 feet at disadvantage. So it's still within normal range. The thing is, if you're waiting for nightfall,
The tower they're talking about that they've been mentioning is not visible at all. Like at night, it's you see glowing.
But we know where it is, though. Like we definitely have
Yeah.
seen where it is.
Maybe that could be a signal. Noel, do you have a light spell? Any of the druids have?
I'm
some type of
imagining
light
Noel
spell?
is able to produce some sort of light that would allow us to orient ourselves of where to shoot the trebuchet.
I have Flame Blade, but I could also, I guess, I could carry that.
That was Noel's initial plan, right? Like to sneak up and
Yeah.
flame blade.
I feel like a flame blade.
That seems like a torch to me.
Yeah.
Because then I could just carry that up the side of because us and the druids in our spider forms could just go up to or sneak up to the tower. Once
Right.
we find the tower, we could do I could do flame blade. Just start walking up, and all you'll see is just this light go up the side of the sky. You know,
So you're painting the
Are
target.
these spells that are being cast to accomplish this?
Flame Blade is a spell, but it's a weapon spell, so I could use it once we get into the battle. Now you're seeing a giant spider mechanically have a flame blade that it's holding.
Well,
Can
I
you do
mean, I don't know that you can do that. So maybe utilize.
Maybe what-
Can you like put in the chat what spells you're using so we can
Well,
make sure everything's up to snuff?
yeah, I've got Heat Metal, Spider Climb, Druidcraft, which Druidcraft could. I wonder if there's a flower or plant that is Illumination. Web and Mending are the other ones, and Web can be useful during the fight in some cases. I wonder if there's a flower that produces
So worst case scenario, you can cast web, and one of the other druids can use druidcraft to light the web, and I feel like that'll be a pretty big light source.
Yeah.
That would be big. That would be bigger than flame blade. I'd be pretty sure.
Yeah, we would just attach it to the side of the tower, and you would at least know where to go.
I mean,
there.
I wouldn't attach it to the side of the tower. I would try to attach it to the ogre. Best case scenario, we damage the ogre as well. Worst case, it's just a signal.
I don't know that we need to web the ogre. Like we're already ambushing the ogre. Like let's save web for when everything is attacking the tower.
Yeah. But what could be done easily is just pick up a stick somewhere and just have somebody light the stick.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, is there a flower that does bioluminescence that we could use?
I mean,
And Druidcraft.
it is very easy to just use Druidcraft to light a torch.
Right.
That is true.
So,
Let's just light a torch. Like, let's not make things complicated for ourselves.
yeah, exactly. So somewhere during one of the druids picks up a giant stick or torch-looking thing, and then another one just Druidcrafts and ignites it.
Okay, so I can actually pull out a bullseye lantern that is filled and lit from my my robe of useful items.
God damn it.
I
The
can
DM's like,
so
I hope they don't figure this out.
so I have 2 of each of the dagger, bullseye lantern, steel mirror, 10-foot pole, hempen rope, and a sack, as well as the. I mean, I'm down to 9 of my other patches on the D100. So yeah, we could do I could pull a lantern off of my patch and consume that.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Bullseye lantern.
you're still with Lifferlas though, right? Like you're waiting to be launched.
Yeah, but we could have done this, but like I could be like, oh, you're gonna need this because that's a bright light and a 60-foot cone and dim light for an addition. So that's 120 feet, 6 hours on. Okay. I
So
believe,
you give Noel the bullseye lantern.
yes.
Right.
They're like,
Okay,
somebody
got
light
it,
this when
got
you
it.
guys get there. That's our signal. Boom.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cool. Ready to go.
Didn't have to use a spell slot.
Noel and party, I'm assuming successfully stealth their way up, or do we need to roll stealth checks?
Well, do we want to do that now or have that ready for next session?
Well, I was about to say. So as
It's getting
you,
11:30.
this is amazing. I hate all of it. We're gonna call it there because that was really cool, and I promise I won't. You know what? Scout's honor. I will not tweak the people I put in the encounter, the combat. I swear.
He just won't tell you the kinds of people he's putting into the cat.
Yeah, just tweak the people involved so that they're
Right.
He's like, oh, round 2, baby.
that big boar. It's actually a huge boar.
Right.
Oh well, I mean, but that's independent. I swear I will not change based on what you guys did. Was awesome. Didn't see any of it coming. I'm a fuck, but like whatever. You immediately.
Always
yes,
expect that your players are gonna tip the scales in their favor.
Well, sure.
Right.
So we'll see. I don't want to say anything because
Yeah. And summary: giant tree, trebuchet, ninja turtle.
you guys. I mean, that was some great.
Ninja turtle with a shield.
Yeah.
A literal
while
cannonball.
he's raging, will reduce all his damage by that amount plus whatever he takes in damage.
Right.
I'm
right.
literally gonna get hit and gain HP.
Like you get a D8 plus 3 temp HP. Like that's probably 4 to 7 HP per round, depending on how much damage you take that round. Like it could not even actually affect your actual HP each round.
Right. Yeah.
That's gonna be the best. Especially because I'm imagining, like, as I get fired from this trebuchet, the energy barrier is gonna be like a cannonball around me. So it's gonna be a literal cannonball traveling through the air.
Yeah, we can have the giant tree trip over, the tower. Just have it push the tower over.
Just to let you know, Sean, in my game, none of this flies. Not that none of this flies. Like,
I mean,
things
druids
are
don't fly, so you're right.
like nothing. Like you need to be this intuitive or this like. You need to like work with your group to be this like to plan like this in order to survive.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's the point. I'm trying.
Yeah, my Sean's in for a world of fun on my campaign tomorrow.
Oh.
Hell yeah, I finally get to play.